Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an eyebrow tutorial. Now I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going to be doing, you'll see in just a second, one brow using a pencil and then one brow using a powder, just to kind of show the different applications and kind of what the end result, the differences between the two products. So if that is something you are interested in seeing, go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so as you can see, I have all of my face makeup on. I am just missing my eyebrows, so I look a little crazy, but we're gonna get there. So my eyebrows are really light naturally. I tend to fill them in fairly dark compared to my hair color and my natural brow color. That's just kind of my preference. I mean, some people I know do prefer to do closer to either their hair color or their natural brow color, and it's totally just trial and error, kind of playing around to see what look you prefer the most. So yeah, like for me, I typically do a powder, and I use this dark brown shade here, so I go really dark. But before we even get to products, I just wanted to kind of discuss the first step that's going to make filling in your brows the easiest on you is having a good shape. So whether you're waxing or you're tweezing or you're threading, just getting them done once a month preferably, or at least every couple months, is just going to really help give you a good foundation to be able to just follow the lines and get a nice smooth application. So I just waxed the other day, so my shape right now is pretty decent. Another thing, just kind of talking about product wise here, if your brows are more sparse and you're looking to kind of fill in some gaps and you're wanting them to look thicker than what they actually are, your best bet might be a pencil, just because I know, or a pomade. Pencils and pomades are a little easier to kind of get on the skin so that you're actually getting the appearance of having a thicker brow. You can fill in those gaps just a little better. And then if you are, like I have brow hairs, I just want them more defined and darker. So I just go over what I already have with a powder. I'm going to be doing one eye with the pencil, one eye with the powder, so we can kind of just see the application difference. If you prefer just more precise lines, but you want them to look a little softer, you can always just outline with the pencil and then go in and fill in with some powder. I do that when I want a sharper look, but most days I kind of just, I don't know, the powder look for me is just what suits my brows the best. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So my first step here, I'm just grabbing a mascara wand, a little spoolie, and I am just going to brush my brows. Just get the hair placed right. And let's see, I am going to start with my pencil. So I'm going to do pencil on this side, I'll do powder on this side. So I'm using the IT Cosmetics Brow Power. Now this one is supposedly a universal color. It's kind of taupey. I'll do a little swatch here. Oh no. There we go. It was just kind of dried out on the top there. So it's just kind of a nice brown. If your brows are really dark, I don't see how this would work for you. And if you like to keep a lighter brow, I don't know, kind of baffles me how it would be universal. But, so with this, I am going to have a mirror here too so I can kind of see what I'm doing. You're just going to start on the bottom and just lightly kind of outline. Perfect. Then I'm going to go on the top and just do kind of the same thing, defining the arch, then come on down and meet up on the tail. Now I do want to add one thing really quick. As far as brow shape, if you're doing your shaping at home, one thing to keep in mind, you want your brows to start lining up with this crease in your nose on both sides. It's hard to do. And then as far as the tail, your tail ending, you want them to end lining up corner of your nose, corner of your eye. So kind of right around there. So just keep that in mind too. Alright, so then I'm going to take my pencil and just kind of lightly make little strokes. Perfect. Now this is where it gets a little trickier, is just trying to make kind of a natural transition in the beginning of your brow. So I am just going to do tiny little strokes here so they almost mimic how a hair would look. You see how that's kind of coming together nicely. The key is to just have a light hand. You can always go in and darken up whatever you want to, but it's kind of hard if you're doing a really heavy hand and putting down a lot of product. It's going to be harder to go in and kind of smooth it out. Perfect. So that is it as far as powder. It's fairly easy. Then I just go through and I kind of brush everything out. Now color-wise, our brows tend to be darker towards the end and then lighter as they get towards the middle. So to keep them nice and natural, I do try and kind of just mimic that. But that is my brow with the pencil. So next I'm going to go ahead and do the powder. So this one's going to be a lot darker. It's going to kind of look weird when I'm done, but that's okay. I'm going to use this chocolate brown shade here. This is just a Profusion Define Brows palette that I picked up, I think, at Target. And I really like it. It's nice to kind of have a bunch of different color options. So powder, you just use a flat-ended brush, flat-angled brush like this. Now with this, I am going to go right in here. It's going to be a lot darker. And just start defining. Same kind of thing where you're just going in and putting in your initial shape. Try and make my arch here. Perfect. Now I'm using a lighter hand and picking up less powder as I get closer to the center, because I do want that kind of color gradients. And then once I start getting here, I'm going to do little upward strokes like this until I get to where I want my brow to start. Alright, and then on top here, I'm just going to kind of connect all that. And then I want to just square this off a little bit so it's not left at such an angle. Perfect. So you can kind of really see the difference. I mean, this one is obviously darker, but this one kind of just has more of a natural shape. It looks more like real hairs, whereas the side that I use the powder on, it just looks not heavier, but it is a little thicker, and it doesn't look as natural. Then I will go through and just kind of brush it out. I don't know, me personally, I prefer the bolder brow, but it's a little easier, like I said, if you're trying to fill in, to use a pencil. So yeah, basically that is about it. Now, like I said, it really just takes some experimenting to kind of try out different products, see what works best for you. For me, pomades tend to be just a little too heavy, and I have a harder time getting them to not look super like thick and cakey on my brows. But yeah, as far as it goes, that is how I do my brows using a pencil and a powder. Stay tuned. I'll probably be having more videos coming out here soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, please feel free to like and subscribe so you do get notified when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching.